Hey guys, Lisa Salvatore here with a quick mid-month check-in. Here we are, it is May 19th, and tomorrow starts Gemini season officially. Happy birthday to the Gemini souls of the zodiac. It is your season. Although I can argue that it's felt like Gemini season for the past couple of weeks because we've definitely had a lot of Gemini energy, and we're in Mercury's shadow of Mercury Retrograde, which will be in Gemini. We've got Mercury in Gemini, we've got Venus that's been in Gemini, and the North Node, which is our true north and our karmic path and calling, and now the Sun enters Gemini tomorrow on the 20th. So happy birthday, Gemini. Gemini is the mutable air sign that loves to be everywhere and is very communicative and expressive and curious and just naturally factual and results orientated, likes to kind of get around to a bunch of different things. That's Gemini energy. So there's definitely a buzz that is happening. Interestingly, I just realized I have my Be Happy shirt on. Not planned. But yeah, so there's definitely a buzz that's going on right now with all of this Gemini energy that is here. And we are also at the heels of the eclipse, which will be on May 26th. And the Mercury will station retrograde officially on May 29th in its home sign of Gemini. And, you know, Mercury retrogrades are interesting because, you know, we have them 3 times per year. It's like, you know that they're coming. There's memes all over the internet. You hear about it. But I always say this. I feel, you know, you have to look at your own chart to see how or where or why this could potentially trip you up or benefit you. I know many people born during Mercury retrogrades that thrive during a lot of them. Some people go through them unnoticed, you know, it really depends. But anyway, this particular Mercury retrograde, I feel, I want to caution, advise, not warn, but caution and advise everyone to really make sure you back up your files on your computer, back up all of your, you know, your phone stuff, your pictures. You know, I'm not really a techie, but you definitely want to do that because this particular Mercury retrograde is in Gemini, which is its, like I said, it's its natural place for Mercury to be. So if things can go wrong on a technological level, it may very well happen at this time. So not saying it will for sure, but you just forewarned is forearmed, like I always say. And it's not that hard to do. So you want to back all your stuff up, bottom line. Now, also paying a lot of attention to all information coming in and out right now because there's a lot of crossed wires and misfiring that could potentially be happening. So you want to make sure that you're really trying to be clear and concise in all of your dealings. I mean, that's always good advice, right? But more so now because the potential is there for more misunderstandings. You know, not only is Mercury in Gemini in its natural home sign right now, in its shadow period about to station retrograde on May 29th. But again, we're dealing with an eclipse right before that, a full moon, lunar eclipse right before that. And also Saturn will station retrograde on May 23rd. Pluto is currently retrograde. Mercury and Venus are out of bounds, so basically meaning they don't answer to the sun right now. They kind of do what they want. So there's just this energy. It's like kind of a wild card right now, and in a lot of ways that can feel very liberating because with eclipse season upon us, there's always an element of change here. Whether you want that change or not, you know, I don't know. That remains to be seen of how it manifests for you personally because for everybody it's different. But, you know, most of the time, this type of energy puts you on the path, remember North Node in Gemini, puts you on the path of your true north and of where you need to be and where your soul needs to go to grow. And that does not always feel comfortable. And I guess what I'm trying to say is that these next couple of weeks, until we get to that end of the month and Mercury officially stations retrograde, even though it already feels like it's going on now, because it is, it's going to feel like pressure cooker energy, for better or worse. So just keep that in mind. I know, you know, the physical exhaustion is real right now, guys, with all the Gemini. Remember, it's mental energy. There's a lot. It's back and forth, you know. And if you're a Gemini-based person, if you've got planets in Gemini or you're a Gemini yourself, you're really going to be feeling this energy and the chomping at the bit, which again can be really good and promising and help you to get things going. But because we're also going into a Saturn retrograde during Gemini season, Saturn retrograde is not as, I'll say, it isn't that it's not as impactful as all of the other planetary retrogrades because it is, but it's more about like a retreating into yourself into an area of your life where things might be idle or may not be working or may not be moving forward. With Saturn retrograde, it's a good time to backtrack because Saturn is the keeper of time. He is the lord of karma, for better or worse. He looks at things and decides that if you've been doing your work, quote unquote, in whatever way that manifests for you in your life, if you've been doing your work, you'll get a reward at the end of this. And during the retrograde, it's a time to go back and look at any skipped steps that you may have or anything that needs to be fixed or reworked or rewired or however this is going to go. And Saturn will station direct in October, and then it'll almost kind of feel like a push forward. But again, Saturn retrograde, it's just another little thing I want, not little, but I want to mention it here because it happens in the middle of Mercury stationing retrograde. I'm even feeling with the out of bounds Mercury, like my communication is all over the place. There's so much going on. So, and this is how it is for mostly everybody right now. Also, just paying attention, like I said, to the communication aspect in your life all throughout, whether you're getting your information from the internet, the news, other people. You want to really pay attention. You really want to listen because, again, there's a lot that is not said, but there's that tone that you can, if you tune into it, you really can understand what is not being said and making a decision for yourself in whichever area of your life you need to do so, because this is decision-making time. That doesn't mean decisions that need to be made are easy or are going to come, 1, 2, 3 lickety split for everybody and in every way. But again, overall, this is a supportive time of change, like it or not, and it sometimes can feel chaotic. Definitely a time where if you've been doing your work, any wrongs that you've done under Saturn retrograde may have to be righted, and and likewise, all the rights that you've done will come to you in the form of some sort of a reward. And again, don't take it so literal because it could be a small thing that happens that you're like, oh, okay, that's great. I paid my bills on time and now I get this gift. However you want to look at it, it's going to be different for everybody. So don't take it so literal. It's just the overall tone. It's the astrology. It's the energy. The planets don't lie. And they tell us, they're always talking to us for better or worse. So yeah, if you're exhausted right now, you're not alone. Everybody seems to be. This time is about re-engineering, reworking, rewiring, backing up your files, backing up your internal files as well, and making sure that you are in a space for yourself of the highest integrity. That's really important. I pulled a card for the Geminis of the zodiac. So this will be for Gemini Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or North Node, or anybody with a lot of Gemini, placements and energy, or if you just feel like a Gemini. I pulled the Last Judgment tarot card. This is the Hermetic Tarot deck, and this is the Judgment card. And talk about a karmic judgment is the final judgment. That's the Lord of Karma. That is Saturn. Saturn retrograde coming in to say, doing the work, you're going to get the reward. You're doing things on the dirty, on the nasty, you're going to get the reward, for better or worse. That's what this is all about. It's like the final curtain call. Things are being shifted. Things are changing. And judgment also is like a card of physical departure. Sometimes it can be. So things could be leaving your life for good. Things could be, but bringing in something in its place. Better or not, I don't know, but it'd be bringing in something within its place. The Lord of Karma for Geminis this at this time is really all about trusting the higher order, trusting in the divine, which is sometimes hard for Geminis because remember, it's an air sign, so it's very facts-based. It needs to make sense. Even though they're very in tune with energy and they are believers in that which they can't see, they still have to wrap their head around it in order for it to be true for them. So this is the time where that's not going to be the case for the Geminis. It's going to feel like fate, karma, is stepping in and kind of moving things along for you, and you're just best to go along with the ride. I hope that this helped. I'm definitely going to be back for more as we get closer to the eclipse because that's just going to be, there's a lot. So take really good care of yourselves. As always, lisasalvatore.com. My links are below. Bye.